Today we go over Star Wars Episode 9, the final film of the sequel trilogy by J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now today I wanted to go over Rey and Rey's parents specifically. Now this was a huge discussion during the events of The Last Jedi, in which Rian Johnson specifically chose to make Rey a nobody and her parents nobodies. In fact, he had Kylo Ren tell Rey, then remind her that they were just a bunch of filthy junk traders and that they sold her off for drinking money. And a lot of people just didn't agree with this, and I really wanted to go into a deep discussion on Rey's parents in Star Wars Episode 9 and why I think it's somewhat important to the overall story, even though Daisy Ridley herself has said so in the past before, that her parents aren't really all that important, but what's really important is about the character moving forward and who that character makes babies with, which honestly connects right to Kylo Ren. But looking past all of this, what's interesting is, you guys may or may not remember this, is that John Williams, the man who makes all of the great pieces of music for the Star Wars movies and a whole lot of other films as well, he too himself even says that he actually doesn't believe in Rian Johnson's vision of Rey being a nobody and her parents being nobodies, and believes that she does have indeed a real relevant lineage in Star Wars Episode 9. He thinks that we are going to be, going in for a big surprise involving Rey's character. Now, the thing here about Rey's parents, as to why I also think it's important to kind of explore that aspect, is I think that her parents could very well be used as a great utility in explaining exactly why Rey is so powerful. If they were to tell a story of, let's say, the true story of Rey's parents and who they really are, or were at the time, if they were perhaps, Jedi or something like that, Jedi descendants I must add, that would make a whole lot more sense. I know that's one thing that a lot of people have problems with Rey in The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, is how powerful she really is. And that is one thing that really caught me off guard in The Force Awakens. I was like, wait, how did she learn the Jedi mind trick? How did she learn all the different moves for the lightsaber going up against Kylo Ren? There were all of these different things here and there that were, leaving us questioning for so many years. And then we got The Last Jedi, and it's just, out of nowhere that Rey's a nobody. Now, I know a lot of you guys out there as well enjoy the fact that Rey is a nobody and that her parents are just nobodies. Now, to me, I think that it would have been more surprising if we learned that her parents are important, powerful, and actually were connected to previous set of Jedi. That would have been pretty interesting to me for sure. Now, to me, I think it would provide more backstory and understanding of the character. There's a lot of speculation on Keri Russell's character in Episode 9. We're not quite sure exactly who she is playing. The only thing that we do know is that she does indeed have scenes with both Adam Driver and Daisy Ridley, and that could very well tell us that maybe Kylo Ren shows her mother in the form of a vision, and that's when we get the Keri Russell scenes. But then again, there are other sequences that just don't make a whole lot of sense as to why Keri Russell would be the mother of Rey or something around those lines, is because, well, Keri Russell will be doing a lot of stunts in this movie. She's going to have a stunt double as well. There's going to be a lot of action involving that character. So I'm a little on the fence of saying that she would be Rey's mom in Episode 9, and I'm really leaning towards the idea of Keri Russell's character being more around the lines of a Mara Jade-esque character. Do I think that she's going to be the Mara Jade that we all know and love from the EU? Not necessarily. I'll get into that quite possibly in the future. But with that being all done and said, I think that Rey's parents in Episode 9 can absolutely be switched around by J.J. Abrams to give some relevance to the character of Rey and to really give her some heavy lineage there. Because I think that, that's one thing that a lot of the fans wanted to see, is exactly why is Rey so powerful with little to no training, right? Now, we do know that reading from the novelization, and in case you guys haven't heard about this, you may find this a little, But in the novelization, it does go over how, you know, she got some of her powers from Kylo Ren. It's kind of like she transferred it from Kylo Ren into herself, and that's how she got some of the powers. So that's another thing, right? We don't see any of this with Anakin Skywalker or Luke Skywalker, but yet we see it with Rey. But why? Why is she able to do such a thing with other characters by taking powers and being able to use them against other characters out there in the movies? So I think that if they were to just simplify a little bit more and make it fair and have Rey's parents be of importance, like I say, descendants of Jedi from quite possibly maybe even the Old Republic, and maybe even during the events of the prequel trilogy, just make them descendants of them. Something, even if something minor like that, it would honestly stick a whole lot more for the character of Rey in Episode 9, and I think that JJ is going to do something around the lines of that. Again though, there's always the possibility, and I've gone over this before in the past, that maybe Rey's parents are indeed nobodies in Episode 9 still. But what about the concept of her grandparents? What about exploring the whole entire idea of who her grandparents are? We have that concept in, you know, the sequel trilogy with Kylo Ren, where his grandfather is Darth Vader. What if Rey is to explore exactly who her grandfather was as well? Maybe she's a descendant of KENOBI or something around the lines of that. That would be pretty interesting. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.